files. Lots of files.
I will. We're not quite done. But we're getting close. It's a long lecture because it's a big, it's a big project.
I don't mind that it's long.
It's like a lot. There's not actually a lot of new information. It's just a lot to see it all together. So it's a little overwhelming, I think. But could be. Yeah, good. Might be for some people. All right, Flavians, once you can hear my voice, we have a good lunch. Are we thinking about Express and SQL? I bet a lot of us were. I was the whole time. I was on the phone. I didn't even remember. I was just thinking about Express. Don't tell my mother that because she would be upset that I wasn't listening as well. Okay, so we've got our post. Let's see if it works, right? So how do we check to see if something works? What are some of the tools we have available to us? Uh-oh, we got the food sleeps. We got Postman. One tool. What's our other tool that we've been using? Chrome. Thank you. pSQL, Chrome. Thank you for that one. And yeah, pSQL. So let's open those up. I'm gonna open pSQL up first. You can open them in any order. I don't care. And we got pSQL. Let's add a new connection. I'm gonna call it Petpedia. Database. Petpedia. Connect. Great. We've got our 3 pets and our 2 users. Read big gains. And let's open up Postman. Wait. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Right? Good song. All right, let me know when you've got that. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Excellent. Let's keep going. All right. So we're running on localhost 3000 in Express, right? And we want to try making a post request. Our post request route we saw was pets. And we are going to send in some body information. Not a great pet name, I think. What's our pets taking? An owner ID? Owner. What's wrong with me? There we go. Owner ID. I'll take it. I'll be another pet. I know we have an owner ID of 1. We have age. What's a good age for a pet?
12.
5. I heard 5 first. Too slow with the 12. Let's do another cat because I'm just a cat guy. So we're gonna say species. I'm not gonna look and spell it. Okay. And I'm gonna do feline. And we got another key, I think, right? What is it? Name? I'm gonna give it a name. I'm gonna call it Charlie because that's my next cat, hopefully. Or I'll call Shadow. That would be the other cat. Well, maybe we'll make a couple cats. Anyway, I'll call it Shadow. So we got owner, age, owner ID, age, species, and name. And let's send our request and see if it worked. We send it, and what is this? It says 500 internal server error. Guess that probably didn't work. We go to this, we can check if our pets got updated. They did not. So something did not work. Oh God. Why? Why didn't it work? Yeah, Mateo. Yours worked?
When I did get, it showed what we need, but when I did post, it did not.
Okay, well, we're doing post. Is my server, it's working. It says property species doesn't exist. Perhaps I spelled it different somewhere. I'm just gonna take that from here. Yeah, maybe. Is it spelled different this time? I can't actually tell. I'm gonna do send. All right, this time it worked. It says success, added a cat. And if we look in our pSQL database, and I refresh that there, we got our new cat, Shadow. Pretty cool. Mateo.
That's super cool. Is that like permanent in the database, or is that just Postman just like testing?
It's in the database now. Yeah. I mean, if I reseed, it's gone.
Yeah.
But it's in there. I can come back in 6 months. It's in there.
What do you mean by reseed? Like
If I run psql-f seed.sql, it will go back to how it was.
and then go back to that, right?
It'll be like we're starting over. John Lennon.
How do you not?
What?
How do you prevent that?
You don't want to ever like be reseeding once your app is really running in production. John.
So what are ways do you add, like, is this like introduction? Will be like this, posting?
Yeah, it's a post request, but it'll be coming in from the front end. But I'm not writing a form for our front end because that's like for next unit when we deal with the front end. So I'm using Postman to serve as my front end form in here. Because the visual response in the URL is still just like, if I type something into the URL, right, this is always going to be a GET request. So I don't want to type anything into the URL, or I can't post through it here. But now if I go to all my pets, also I can see that we've got a new one. Shadow is featured in my first book notes. Interesting. To me. This project really hits home. All right, any questions on the post? Yeah, Crispina.
What would happen if we tried to post and we didn't do it exactly the way they asked in the parameters? I guess like the not null or something like that wouldn't go through.
Yeah, so that's a good question. Okay, so we said earlier there can be pets without owners, right? So I'm gonna implement that now. I'm gonna unmark owner. I'm gonna say 12 because somebody else had said 12 earlier. I'm gonna do another cat, Charlie. Maybe someday I'll own it. Now I can still send my post. And didn't like it. Why didn't I like it?
Is it like because the way insert into set up needs the owner ID?
Yeah, and maybe I can't make that optional or something. Is that?
Is that the primary key for that? Owner ID?
For owner, that's the foreign key.
It's foreign.
Huh, why would that happen? Let's see. Giving me the same error, is that right? Did I somehow change the spelling of species since a minute ago?
It's gonna be the same error.
Invalid input syntax for integer.
Do you have to put that in a certain order?
You have to convert. If,
You know what it is?
what about if you keep the owner ID inside?
I think the issue here is this. is we are passing in NaN instead of nothing. So I could do something like in here where I would say if request.body dot owner ID. Right, so this is if it already exists in the request, then I'm updating it to be a number. Otherwise, I'm not doing any of that. Let's see if that fixes our problem before we all copy it down real fast. No. Owner ID doesn't exist. So it seems to think I have to pass in an owner ID. Why would that happen? Hey, Reed, you know that one?
Property owner ID.
Yeah, I'm specifically not passing in a property owner ID, but I didn't specify because I specified in our database that it shouldn't necessarily need it. I wanted to be able to have pets without an owner. Any idea why that would be happening? I changed the spelling of species to be correct. I might have to get back to you guys on that one. I don't want to waste your time. Yeah.
Can we try just check age and see if that works?
Because age is optional? Oh, okay. Sure. Nope, it doesn't like that either. But that could be the same.
Or
Yeah.
like in that string of insert into, so do it, input owner ID.
Yeah, maybe. I see what you're saying. You're saying to put an else statement where I'm doing request dot body dot owner ID is like null or something.
I don't know, I'm just gonna put string inserted to.
I'll try that. I'm interested in that, and then I will just like have to figure it out later and get back to you. I'll go back to the owner. Yeah, that works. Yeah.
The database is going to have null and the rest of the values.
So our database will look like this with our pet that now has an owner ID of null.
That's a string.
No, it's null.
It's just null.
It's a special word. Okay, so that was a good suggestion, Theo. Thank you. And I guess I might have to do the same thing for age. So I'm just going to do that real quick too. I will say rec.body.owner .age. Oh, probably. Probably. I'm not so into the short circuiting stuff though. But good question. It's about not hitting the second or based off of because once it evaluates if something is truthy. I don't want us to go into that right now. So if there's a request.body.age, I'm going to assign that to our parse int here. Else I'm going to have it be null. There we go. Right, if I felt like refactoring, I probably did that at the top too. So now they really are optional. Cool? Okay. So we got our post to work. So that's big. It's a huge win. We've got all puppies, or pets, I guess. We've gotten a single pet. We have now created a pet. What do we have left? What?
Change something.
Think about RESTful APIs here. Think about CRUD. What do we have left?
Join.
Throw up your hands so it's not crazy. Ovid? Yeah, a patch or put, right? An update. And what else is left? Delete. Excellent. All right, so let's hit those. Let's write them. So I'm going to do, we'll do update first. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to say const update pet. Let's take in. Mickey?
Oh, request response next.
Perfect. Thank you. You're my go-to on that now. Be ready. Okay. So we're going to go into DB. What do we want anything back from this? Are we getting anything back? You could say one row. I don't know. I'm going to go with none. I'm just going to not have anything come back. I'm going to do update. So I'm going to do dv.none. I don't think SQL returns anything on an update. And I'm going to say update pets. I'm going to set. And now I can write what I have to do the setting. So for a pet takes in an owner ID. So I could do owner ID. And I'm going to have that be, and then I'm going to do the same thing before where I ended up passing in an object. So I'm doing owner ID is going to be that new value, which is going to be the owner ID. It's going to be a species where it's going to be the key value of the object that I pass in. Oops. Species. Lowercase. What else do we have? Age. Good idea. Age. And what else do we have? It's everyone's favorite. Name. Excellent. Yes, our animal has a name. Okay. And let's do it. So we go name. And now that's everything, right? What else do we need? Is there anything else in our update that we might need? How do we know which one we're updating? Yeah, we gotta say where. So I'm gonna say where ID is equal to inside of that again, ID. All right, so it looks a lot like our insert into. It's just, this is the one that, it's just the SQL query I use for set. So I'm saying set owner ID to ID, species to species, age to age, name to name, where ID. I'm going to do a put request because it's just going to be a little easier based off of, like, I'm going to make sure all the information is passed. I could do this with a patch, but it will be a little bit more work and a little bit more complicated. Slash, when we do this from the front end, we're gonna already have the item we want to change, so we'll have all the information anyway. Yeah, Mateo.
Confirm that it slices the entire thing.
Yes.
Alright, is it possible to break that line into 2 lines?
Yeah, it's possible. I can do it by doing something like, where do we want to break it here? I can go like a, that should work. If it doesn't, we'll go back and fix it. And now I'm gonna pass in my object. All right, I'm just gonna make my object right in here. For now, I'm gonna say, okay, we've got owner ID. So I'm gonna say owner ID, and that's gonna be coming off of the. I'll have that come in off of the. Depends on our route. I'll have that come off in the body. So that's going to be request. I'll do parse int of request dot body dot owner ID. Right, this is just our object here. We got species. That's going to be request dot body dot species. We're going to have what do we have? Age. What should I do with age?
Stop body dot age.
Yep, but with parse int in front because it's a number. Parse int request dot body dot age. What else do we need? Name. Request dot body dot name. Right, it's kind of boring. And we got to do our ID. Where are we going to get the ID from? What do we think? Where's the ID going to be? Sorta. We don't. We're going to actually get it from the params. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're not getting it from the database.
The ID. We don't need. We have our where statement here, but instead of it's not going to come in through the body, we're going to get it from the params itself. So we're going to say parse int request dot params dot ID. Cool. Johnny?
So DB none method, you don't have to put closing parentheses.
I do. This is the closing parenthesis.
So, right, so you're gonna display the data within there, like kind of like how send out JSON works, everything can be like that. So
I'm just passing this in as an argument.
or you pass it in.
Yeah, it's the second argument.
So why is that one request brands, but the other one request body?
It depends on where we're going to get that information. You will always be getting the elements IDs through the params. Because if we think of our RESTful routes and stuff, when we update something, we'll have pet/ID and a put request. That's the ID we're going to get from.
So what Eric said is from the user, it's from the browser URL. Like you're gonna type it in, like what pet do you want? I want this pet. You know, that's coming the request.
So that's after the question mark?
No, that's a query string. This is, remember when we did get single user? Get single pet? We got it from the params. The route,
This is slash.
the route looks like this.
Oh, okay.
This is a GET request with that. Put will have the same thing, but with an object as well. We will get there. So we got our update. Then we got to do our .then. Whoops, I think I changed something. And this isn't going to be giving back any data. So I'm not going to have to do anything with that. But I am going to do res.status. I'm going to pass in 200. Oops. And then I'm going to do .json. I'm going to pass a little success message for me. And I'm going to say success. And a message saying you updated a puppy. Cool. Pet. I'm so into puppies and pets. Okay. Even though I'm a cat guy, but the word pet sounds like puppy. Whatever, don't worry about that. Then we'll do, that's not on the text. The sounds of the words. We'll do catch, error, right? And we'll just return our next and pass in the air. Capiche?
How can you pass owner ID through ID as a second argument?
As an argument?
Yeah.
I passed all of them in as an argument. They're all coming in on the body with that post request or put request, sorry.
Because the other setups you have request that body,
Hmm.
and this one you don't put that, but it's the same concept.
I did that for all of them except for the ID, which we're getting from the URL. The rest are all coming from the body. In this situation, right? I could have made my route a little different. I could have made, if you wanted to update a pet, I could have made it have, like if pets had to have their owners, then it would be like, I could do pet slash, or I could do owners slash owner ID slash pets slash pet ID, and then I could get all of it from, well, just those two things. But I don't want to do that because some of our pets don't have owners.
So module.export.
That sounds like a good idea. Thank you. Bringing us right back on track. So we are gonna, in here, we're gonna do update pet. Professor?
Why we need that plus in that?
Did that so we could break up the lines. I'm just concatenating the strings together.
If you break it, just without plus it doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't think it will. I think it might have too many weird spaces in that SQL query. But if it does work, let me know. Okay, let's give it a shot. We got to add it to our routes. So we'll go to pets.js. This is going to be a put or a patch. I'm just going to put for now because it is passing all the things and we're not creating a SQL query special for this patch. And I'm going to do this is also with an ID, right? And we will do update pet. And I'm going to add an update pet here. Right? Not a lot of code's changed, but hopefully we got some big functionality changes. So we can check in our Postmates, and we can say, all right, so if I wanted to do a put request, and I want to do it for pet, who do we have? Let's give Charlie an owner. That'd be kind of nice, right? And Charlie has an ID of 5. Charlie just got adopted. We're gonna give Charlie an owner, and wherever you can have Charlie. And Charlie aged another year. Okay. So we're gonna do slash. Charlie's ID is 5, right? Thank you. Ready? Let's pray. Success, you updated a pet. Let's go check out our pets. And Charlie is now 13 and belongs to Reed. Big gains. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So we've got create, update, get single, all right? One more left. We ready? Let me hear you say, are we ready? Yeah, okay. Let's do it. So let's delete a pet. The pet's gonna die. We're gonna go const delete pet. Okay. What's it take in, Nikki? Request, response, and next. Thank you very much. Clutch. Okay. When we make a delete request, what does that route look like? What kind of information do we need?
ID.
We need ID. Where does ID tend to hang out? Parameter in the URL? Yeah, I like that. I'm into that. So let's go let pet ID, and let's do parse int of request.params.id. Okay. And then I have something in my notes that I'm not totally sure what that is. We'll have to look that up. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm going to do DB. Again, right? Time to write our SQL soon. And then I have this in my notes from a project I wrote in the summer. But honestly, I don't remember exactly what it's doing off the top of my head. I think we can either look it up now or look it up later. We can do it now. Let's go look up what PG result gives us back. Or what it's looking for. Yeah, so it's PG promise. That's how it's hooked up. Promise result. Actually, this Stack Overflow might be perfect. No, they're saying any. Actually, Ori's not here. He might know off the top of his head. Any. Michelle, do you know? I know you wrote your full stack in this last year. db.result, do you know what that is looking for specifically? Here we go. Raw result. When you want to access the original result object for properties like row count, number of affected rows, or the fields, use method result query to bypass the result verification and resolve with the result object passed from PG. So result, and they're showing a delete example. Row count, number of rows affected by the query. So I guess I'm going to be able to see the number of rows that are affected and deleted if I want. Okay. Interesting. You can read more of all these if you want, but like just have to look them up on Google and start reading the docs. Sure, I can, and I will, although I do really want people to like learn how to look for things on their own. It's super important, but it is there if you can't find it. Okay, let's try it. So we're going to do db.result. And this is going to take in the query. How do we delete in SQL? Do we know? No. You know? Drop is going to drop a lot. If we just want to delete a specific entry, we actually use the word delete. It's a good guess, though. I appreciate a guess. Delete from pets where ID is equal to, let's do the one thing again. I don't need to pass in a whole object. I'll make it caps. Yeah, these kind of SQL things aren't case sensitive unless we're talking about the values. No, it should still just be regular SQL, but that's a good catch. I'd like to stay consistent. Thank you, Leo. Okay, so we say where ID is 1, and I alluded to this earlier. Oops. And I'm just going to do it this time anyway. I'm just going to write pet ID, not in an array, because it's only one thing. I could put it in an array if I want to. It won't make any difference. But if it's just one thing, I'm just going to pass it in. It's going to be wild. Okay? This is going to return what? What type of thing will this return?
Object.
Almost. It's going to return a promise. So we're going to change then to it. Result. And let's do res.status 200.json. Let's create our object that we want to get back with a status success. And we'll say message. You killed the pet. Okay?
Maybe the pet ran away. This result, why do you use that?
Because it's going to show us something, I guess, about like how many rows were removed. We're gonna actually look at what it gives us because I'm curious. All right, I can pass it in
Not putting it in an array.
because I don't have to if it's just one thing. I'm just showing the final way for us. If you want to put all of them in arrays or objects, like totally okay. I just want us to know all of our options that are available. Just so when you see it somewhere else, you don't go, there's an error. Instead you go, oh, they're doing this. Christina.
Just a yes or no question.
Go ahead.
Result, could you do this sugar thing where it's just result?
I'm not 100% sure. I think you probably can. I would take a guess with yes. Oh, you look so ready for it. Just ready to keep going? Way to go. Bring us back. I love it. Dot catch. Let's throw an error. And let's return next with error. Okay. Excellent. All right. So what do we have? We got all pets, single pet, update a pet, and now delete a pet. Kill the pet. Let's try it. Let's kill Charlie. All right, let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go into delete. Like, perfect. Charlie is gonna really not gonna like this. Let's give it a shot. Send. Oh, nice try. Sorry? We didn't actually do anything with it yet, right? We just got so excited to kill. We tasted the taste of blood, and we got ready. All right, let's make sure we can kill this thing. Delete pet, and we're gonna go into our pets route. Bring it in. I'm gonna say delete pet. Router dot delete. Good instinct. Slash ID and delete pet. Who's ready to kill Charlie? Yeah! Okay, so let's kill it now, right? So we got our delete, we've got our pet slash ID, and success, you killed Charlie. The pet, we killed the pet. And then this is our result that we get back for those of us who are curious about what result gives back. It shows command delete row count. We remove one row. OID, I'm not sure what that's talking about. I'm not sure what all of these are talking about. Sure, you can look them up. I don't know. Could I interpolate name into the value? Probably. Right? I should still have access to the request body object, so I could probably have it. Definitely give that one a try. But I think you could do like request dot for. Well, we don't actually have the name here, but we do have the ID. We could probably say which pet we killed. The name would be tough because we'd have to go get all the information. We're only passing the ID back to kill it. Can I what?
Can I see pause back for one?
You're welcome. Okay, so who's ready for the next thing? What's next?
So when you delete an item with a certain ID number, let's say that Charlie was 5 and we killed the Charlie.
Charlie
We
was
have
5, yeah?
So we have a vacant number of 5 that's ID.
Yeah.
So whenever we post the next item, it's not going to be 5. It's gonna be. So the 5 will be empty.
I think it will probably go to 6 is my guess, but I'm not totally sure.
Sorry, what is the question?
Who's ready for the next part?
Before that.
Oh,
We were to do 5 again, we'll go on to the 6th one, which is unique ID.
I think it will go to 6. I'm not 100% sure. You all have it on your apps. I highly recommend creating another one to find out.
Actually,
It goes to 6?
Yeah, it goes to 6.
Yes, I guessed it correct. Okay, you guys ready for your challenge? Okay, we've done it for pets. Your challenge is now to do it for users. That's it. I want you to, I'm going to write it down here for you. Make routes for users. Get all users. Get single user. Get all pets for a single user. Update a user. And delete a user. Okay? That's your goal. You have 5 minutes. No. All right. Are we clear on what the instruction is? Okay, so you might need to make a join or something there for that get all pets that belong to a user. Okay, we might have to do something like that. Hint, hint. Oh, that's your hint. Keep going. No, I will go over it. Don't worry. All right, let's go. Let's go.
He loved you when you were coffee. Oh my God. Totally work with your friends.
It's not my friend.
Definitely would like you to just keep working on it. I mean, trade about it. Figure out.
Or not Musk.
Everything else.
You didn't invite us? See that? Whenever he says drop the base, I just hear drop. The only email we care about is that.
Yeah.
Thumbs down. I like to like be very forward.
Yeah. How many have you ever?
One time, just one time. Then like when I play the game, it's like five. Cause like it's 3 at once.
Okay.
Two. I've yet to have a game like that. That was when I got like 17. Yeah. Yeah. I was playing no class. So like keyboard is IQ 0. 0 carries. Those videos. That's the one with like it's like Greece, red walls and blue. That and the one where like it comes out in like a house kind of. Yeah.
So,
So when I updated it, yeah, it's but patch. And or patch.
You put the ISO number and then the rest of the table.
Depending on what you want to make it.
I just want to change the name.
Okay, so then you patch request. Yeah. Oh, ID? I know. Wait.
That's it? Okay, awesome. Easy, Hey.
I was asking for the files because I can't get.
All right, a bunch of people are having that issue.
Yeah.
What did I call this? Desktop. Okay, you know what? Gotta do something else. Okay, there's a repo. Hey, Chris, you're still having issues in the code snippets. I just posted a repo on my GitHub. I just pushed this to you. Or clone it, whatever. No,
It's on GitHub. Yep.
Wait. I'm just gonna. Oh, the grades.
What did you guys know? Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of different. Postgres.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm really rushing.
I'd say like.
No, I'm like. No, you know what happened? So it's just that.
I think there's just more
Yeah,
features
slash.
that.
And I was trying to go to slash.
Yeah.
Creative head, it's just because we have
It's just like, it supports a lot more things that can.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I think it's like, I feel like a better platform for learning.
It was create better on.
You could definitely ask the code.
Where's your code? Yeah. You're sure.
I was doing it all once.
Yeah.
No.
You should get a copy of everything. I'm an asshole. Can't be an asshole about it. I don't have any directions or anywhere.
It's like Chinese thing.
People have
I still eat that shit. Delicious. It fills me up, all that MSG I need. Fulfills my munchy needs.
Oh, yeah, I'll.
You know what you do if you.
Oh, I think I already deleted it.
Order fried chicken with General Tso sauce. Fried chicken, General Tso sauce.
I think it would be a good idea. Yeah.
It's chicken, you know, they give you half fried chicken. Then they cover it with General Tso sauce. So you know it's chicken. Yeah, it's in the General chicken.
Alright, yeah, I'll have it. Yeah, but like So any of the
True engineer.
Actually, I think they're the owners, I mean, the owners, the users are the owners.
Older?
The users. You hear what you want to hear. But yes, it's IT username and username. You could look at the example that we used. By ID, and you have to use the owner ID. And have to the user ID. Yeah. It's access SQL. It's the only reference that refers to. So that's the only way. Touch your code. Oh, shit, it was good. Wait, no. This is fine. You gotta stop working on two. Keep that.
Doing the first one. Further class. Put that machine on right away. She just made this sound.
To the end of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one with this one.
Remember, he just had those that come from cops. He's a little crazy at the moment. Six actually. What is it? 3 packs for every 3 hours? It's actually 3 packs for 3 hours. What are you doing? Yeah. There's a few different resources together.
Oh, I don't know.
Yay. Yay. I was gonna take that chair. That's not a good idea.
We have to work on this.
Yeah, I think I know this. You were copying it.
Yeah, I guess. I think it's what it is.
He's running out of coffee right now. You saw me make coffee. Damn, bro. And I don't know.
So they're doing a workshop.
Yeah, that was yesterday. That was yesterday. I thought you were smoking for a second.
Which workshop? We got four workshops.
You're so smart.
You're so smart.
I
got it now.
All of us are.
No, forget it.
The examples.
No, not
Actually, we should probably start talking about that shit. But we don't have enough parts.
Wait, let me say, you trying to make Facebook? Oh, Facebook Messenger. Or AIM, Hotmail?
Usually I put
Actually, I think with Robert, because,
I guess he's got stuff already done.
alright.
Well, you got stuff already done too.
Oh, shit, I thought she was gonna say it.
Well, you just I mean, I got a bunch of.
Her network is
What are we talking about? She's special with that. It's already, it's only.
There's too much money back. This is not a nice.
She does feel attacked.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Shit, it's like, yes, yeah.
These are
So you could create a pen. Use it.
Change the name.
Oh, but there's still like.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I'm comfortable with it. Yeah. Maybe that. Yeah. Focus on it. You know what it is? I think we're using put.
You update.
I think you cut.
How do you update?
That's a good thing.
For the example, I don't know, to the bottom or is it?
Yeah. Patch, patch little pieces. But it's change the whole. Oh, but when you patch, you have to. Yeah. You want this? You want this? No, this one is. You don't like it? Oh, really? I don't like this. No, I
Yep.
This is our whole bag.
We haven't learned front end yet, but in our front end, it's just going to be, I mean, we learned DOM manipulation, so you can kind of pretend like we have a complex front end thing that just renders things to our users, and they'll have its own routing. And now when the user wants to do something on a website, send the request to the backend, get information, change information.
You have to.
Explain.
When I ask a question, I related to Express specifically, and I guess SQL.
But I mean,
But we're not doing any front end. It will make okay. When the front end asks for information, we're going to be serving it out. So what we're doing is we have routes in our express, which are what the front end routes will call for.
No,
And we're gonna go use those routes to fire off those queries that are database, and then we'll return JSON.
What part of that is besides
All. Everything we've been doing, three times in Express. All of the Express, the app.get, app.use, all the routes, all the middleware, that was all Express. The only thing that SQL is that one line of query, which is being hooked to pgpromise.
there's only one part that's from SQL? What part
Well,
is
the
that?
part where we say select star update, this from queries.
Like I just want
Should use your server on.
I'm not sure where you.
Insert just has the whole database that we seeded. That's all we were running in secret.
Sure it's not supposed to be like what?
So, yeah. Yeah, we're using pgpromise in order to be able to write SQL directly. They don't have to access our database. And they use it SQL. And then everything else is expressed, like routing, response requests. That's all been.
It should be route be all pets.
User slash identity slash pets. Yeah, cool. I have to go to Morteza. I have this invisible line. I will go to you next. So. Probably fire once in a while. That's fine. For that, yeah, that's right.
Because I go.
Yeah. Well,
So to check it. First, you change. So you can hear the odds folder. That should be similar to. Similar structure.
No.
Your app. And then you see how you can use something similar to users, right? See how it's
Yeah.
right?
I feel like.
See how all so just work on your users.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
The words you say are English and it makes sense,
Oh.
but I don't like get it. It's like square peg round hole, and it's like things like I'm not.
Okay. All right.
So I just need to figure it out. Just go sit with it.
Okay. I can do that. No problem. Do we still need more time? Yes.
How many copies have you had? The last one.
Well, you're in your database. Go back to your CD.
It's set, right? It's set.
Not Eric, he's calling us out.
That's just to check the.
What is the passwords for the
The user's ID X. So we send you like one function, and the next one is like get a single. Do you remember how to get that with the cable PC?
I have to see all the.
You see open PC? Did you do that? You did?
I didn't
Bro, I don't know. It's not sad. What's blasphemy?
I want to see that. I feel like I'm missing something. That's been redacted.
Get all users, get single users, get all
Yeah, holy shit. Oh, like the time center. Wonder at the
No.
Oh, shit. Really? God damn. I know. But
Oh, yeah, I got one for you.
the one that trade out of right.
Oh, yes.
Because I guess I know what it is now, because we can interpret it, right? That's what I mean, there's nothing to interpret it. I don't mean like, all the time. Okay, got it. I need to remember what it is. Thanks, Rick.
There was a few things.
And yeah, I was missing something. I wrote it.
I really don't want to share because I think
It's good, but I don't trust the dairy on
That's fine.
I didn't. All I did was I just did it through you can do it 2 ways, I think. What? Yeah. So just go to your elephant, and then look for your database and find it.
Okay.
No, and
I'm
then
already lost. I don't think I have it installed.
your elephant.
Yeah.
Then you can't run your database.
Then I guess I can install it.
It's on the top of your window, I guess. Your whole screen, the top of your whole screen. It should be a elephant. Oh, you have that. You don't have that. Postman.
I have it. You're right. I have it. I don't know.
You want to get to it. It's in your software.
Yeah.
I think you guys, I don't know what that means. You think that I got to something?
It's already installed. But I can't install this, right?
But if you're trying to get the pets, all the pets from like a user,
Yeah.
all you have to think about is like what headers do the pets have? Right? They have an ID, an owner ID, species, name, and then remember we did a secret zoo, right? And like, let's say we wanted to get all the pets. Select We only have 2 tables, right? Users and pets. So we have from pets where owner ID and that should be a variable.
This is like anything right now. Something
Okay. So it's like a very simple thing.
when you say all, like you're saying star, right?
Yeah.
When you say get, it's select, right? Select star.
In your DB.any, so like if you start with the structure of your get all, so like you create the function, get.
I have everything up. Yes. I think I'm confused on why you're telling me. You're telling me to go to the file. Oh, I thought I was looking at the terminal. I was like, what terminal are you talking about? The app as well.
No. But you have to.
Yeah.
So check your.
Yeah, so
I tried
that's
to
yeah.
They never thought of
I don't understand why you're saying. I understand everything you're saying. But why are you talking about it? I'm looking for in this black box right here. There's a way to put the table so it says all that.
So come back to me.
That's coming out to.
Oh, right, yeah.
Where are you at? We have.
Oh, no. I don't want to like make the database again. That's not what I wanted to do. There's a way to like make some tables or but I'm telling you what I was
You're typical. Yeah. So that works for me. There should be a hash. And then you do your select.
I know this. Yeah.
I'm sure the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Choose the idea. So that idea is the same idea as well. If you look at the pecking table, this is the pecking table. This is my pecking table. So you got that as an ID, then it also has a holder. Key SQL. Oh, when you're yeah. It's a new language, basically.
Six packs away. Yeah.
Yeah.
You passed me this ID, right?
When your user's file, you can do a walk back. So you can write that let user ID. Or you let ID equal right now. Well,
Oh my god, in my mind, that's a good problem. I know he's that,
Yeah, that's right.
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
I love when you have like a moment. Say what? Top 3. For what? Okay, I wrote it to say.
You're like, you're closer to like the top. Just the top.
When people say some number, then you are that number.
No, you
But
are.
when you see like the joke, it's like.
You're number 50.
No, we were also in tennis with the company.
But you can enter for like 1 to 100. You can be enter from 1 to 100. You're not like top. Not because, not just because.
take the entire database.
Because entire package.
Making her head.
All right. Yeah. No, but there's still doing the same thing. My entire resume is like being updated like section. Oh, that's it. That's it. Try to get all kinds of ready. I mean, it should be called more something. You know what? What are we gonna input? No, but you can't do one card ID.
So like when you put only one piece of information, it erases everything else.
This is what I have so far. So like this is like a new information that I put. Yes. Well, what is going on here, man?
Try to go back to. See, you didn't use continuity.
Oh yeah, maybe that. Yeah, I mean, it's
Everything.
But did you see the scroll songs?
I know.
Oh yeah, I have a life experience with that. So basically, when I try to update the user, like put in the information. So all I want to do is updating the user number for database. Updated. So this is what I have for updating. Yes. Meetings. Oh, so I gotta put to where?
Are you right now?
Right now it's like it doesn't know where.
You don't want to know all of them?
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, complete and requisite management updating information. You have to. It's a fun.
Set.
So you need to run it with these. We are joining. Oh, we are, Okay. Yeah, after the join, whatever you write, on specify what is going to be
What's up?
I forgot why are we doing this again? We have empty after we're like
Because it
initially
it can take an options object.
options object.
That one, I
You
recommend.
mean like it has? Yeah, please. I
I
want to
recommend
know.
looking more into the documentation for that. I think I might have it somewhere. It can take a bunch of crap, but we don't have to put it
Like
in.
that has to do with how pgpromise works, I guess, or setup.
Yeah, it's a setup. It's an initialization options. So what can you put inside of that? Let's see. What I've only put one thing in it once before. You might want to look it up.
Just
But
tell me how to. I don't know how.
so you'll go to pgpromise initialization object, and it should be able to. You should be able to find something in like their documentation.
Okay.
If not, I'll keep looking. But I'm kind of getting bounced around.
Would 137 be able to be written in a different
Wait a minute, what's their stuff line? Select. Let's join users. They don't have those parentheses. Headset owner ID. Yeah.
It could be written
That looks
differently.
great. Well, you could not put that.
Oh, right, yeah.
Technically, select name contacts
All right, yeah.
where owner ID is equal to that.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you technically don't need to join.
All right.
So, kind of nice.
I mean, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're welcome.
That's what it is. That's the documentation.
Yeah, so that's that initialization option. And so we'll probably have more stuff there. Well, initialization option is select first one. Those are all their options at the moment. No problem. I've used Bluebird in the PG Promise, which is what they recommend for some promises because it's got good performance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you just said? Yep. The user. Yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Is that the right
It's a big difference though, like, has to do with I don't know how, cause like, I'm not doing it. As well as. It was my prior. Feels like. I don't even know which group. One's gonna eventually
Maybe it's common time.
Make it private. Yeah. I don't want people to.
Eric's asking me if they're taking it from.
Switch. That's why that's what my teachers see. Everything. They were wait, here's all the balance.
So he just gonna ask.
That's users. Users equals what? We. How do you just?
Require this route slash.
I don't think it will be like disconnected.
I think they create a router.
I remember like we talked. Sometimes you have to close it before you like. Because they call me. And I was like, oh, you're right. So it's a problem with these people. That's our.
You're trying to catch it.
Too excited.
You want to cut to it. By saying not catch error. Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Is that what you're trying? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know, like some of those use two speed and some of them take mass speed. Some of the
That's you, bro. It takes math.
Yo,
We could never be satisfied. It's not bad.
I'm going right now. I'm going
We have to join tables. Put a peace sandwich. Next.
So.
Bro, that was pretty shit. I'll really wait.
Fine, whatever. Oh, I think.
Oh! There's so much down there.
My hair is not right. Yeah.
Every splashes some water on his hair every hour.
Nah, bro. Chris and Eric leave.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Oh, that, I don't know. If you want to, if you don't get the coffee.
Oh, the mouse? That's Corey's PC. All right, I moved it.
Yes, you said that.
Not yet.
Okay, 5 more minutes. We can go over that. Well, that's where they're connected together. But I'm saying, you're saying, I think.
So everything's still there.
That's it. Because it doesn't alter talking, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just pushing it out.
Now, you say that, you need to run that file. You let the database know. Not letting you do it though.
That would be.
But I said, like, I only want, I want everybody, right?
Well, everything is just start.
So I need to add it, I never had to do it. When I did SQ.
You were able to just recognize.
It's because I don't remember using this.
You might not have had it, they usually told you exactly what it was. So you might have written the name, species, and conversations, common age.
Because that's.
But that's just what happened to table.
There, yeah, that's what I was saying.
With our database, do anything we want.
Wait. One.
Easy. But I also want to start going. All right. Clap your hands if you can hear my voice. Clap your hands 2 times if you can hear my voice. Awesome. How'd we do? Yay, nay, okay? Okay. Got a little bit of a mix. That's all right. So we ready? Should we go over it? Hey Trey, we're in class. Thank you. Trey's still talking. Okay. Okay. So I think we can remember the routes that we need. So I'm going to delete these for now, so we don't get a bunch of errors. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make another folder. I should rename this other one. I'm feeling a tad bit lazy at the moment, so I'm just gonna make a new one from here that says users queries. Queries. How do I spell that? E-I-S. Yes, thank you. User queries.js. Okay. Questions so far? Okay, I maybe, I mean, if I really wanted to get really organized, right, I'd probably put this all in a queries folder, put these all in a file. Yeah, let's do it. I'm not that lazy. Yeah, it's not that hard. We'll just rename, and we're going to say pets queries for this. Pets queries for this. I'm going to create a new folder here called queries. Did you say I? E. Thank you. I have pets queries and user queries. Okay, now I'm really organized. Right? That's nice. I got to remember where I was getting things from those queries, right? So because now it's a small adjustment. So what was accessing my pet queries? Probably my pets file, where I was saying db/queries. So now this would be /queries/pets queries. Okay. I think that's the only actual change, but I can double check just by checking my route. Okay. I should probably start the server though. And that's all clean, so that's probably pretty good. I'm not grabbing anything that doesn't exist. Okay, so everything works, right? Let's not be lazy. Let's stay organized. Just like the same way we would keep our homes.
All you did is you add a /queries, right?
I added a queries file because I have now two different query. I added a queries folder because I have a couple different query files now.
But I was talking about the pets.js.
Oh, yes. Thank you. In the pets.js, all I added was the path from our database to our queries to now this specific file. Good question. Right, same way we'd keep our house. It's a joke. My house isn't that clean. It's not perfect. I'm relatively tidy. Anyway, okay, let's just dive in. So let's start with what's the first thing we got to do in our user queries? What do we have to do? Yeah, who wants to answer? Nikki, did you want to go for it? No? Okay, Max, let's go for it then.
So, require express.
I don't think I'm going to require express in the queries folder.
Const pgb required pgpromise.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do const pgp equals require pg-promise. This takes in a options object. Great, thank you, Nikki. What else? What's next? What next?
Database equals pgp.
Yeah, so we did a DB, right? And we said that this was going to enter PGP, and we passed in some kind of connection string, which I'm going to just borrow from earlier. I'm actually just going to rip the whole line because I am a little lazy. And okay, so far everything's all right. Yeah, Davey.
How do you know when you can invoke like a function like that?
You got to know your packages that you're using. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, read. You gotta, before you use a package, you should like read some of the documentation and stuff like that.
And then to be anonymous.
If it's a what?
Like anonymous.
Anonymous? Oh, this type of invocation? Technically a closure, I think. Yeah. Okay. I'm not getting the error I was thinking I was going to get, but that's all right. All right. So let's do it. What's our first thing we want to go for? Janelle?
Get all users.
Let's do it. Get all users. I like it. Nikki, sound okay? Excellent. Okay. Do you want to keep going? Or a star? Okay. from users. Sounds good. So what kind of thing does this return? Yeah, what type? Right? No? Promise. It's returning a promise, right? We're dealing with pgpromise. So we can chain a dot then because we can chain promises. And so I'm going to do dot then. And we're going to get back that data. Fat arrow it. And let's set up our response. So I'm going to say res.status 200. Why am I doing that? I'm just being super explicit. It'd be okay if you didn't do that. .json. I'm going to create this object that Mateo posed a question to me earlier. He was like, "Who's this for?" Like where it says like retrieved all users or received all users. Like who is that? Who's receiving all the users? What's the client, right? The client is going to be asking for all the users. It's going to hit our route here on the back end. It's going to go into our SQL database. It's going to grab it. It's going to give it back up to the client, and then our client will be the one that reads that message. So our client will see that there's a status that says success. That's the way I like to write it. You can personalize it. I know some of you like to put swear words in your code, though. If you're going to put things on GitHub, try to maybe not do that. Data, and we've got message, and I'm going to do sure, I before whatever. I don't know. All users. Cool. What else do we need? Thank you, Trey. Got catch, and it's going to take an error, and I'm just going to return it here. Getting some inspiration from what I saw from some of yours. Right. And I've returned it. Excellent. What do I need to do at the bottom of this? Export? I like the sound of that. So let's do module dot exports. And we will export get all users. Let's see if it works. So we got to go do a couple more things first, right? We got to make a new routes file. Nikki wants to do it. I'll let you tell me. I can. It's great. Go for it. New file. We're gonna do users.js. All right, Nikki, help me here.
We have to do require express, so constant express. Require express.
Great.
And our router, const router. We'll express that router.
Excellent.
And then const get all users.
Like this, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Equal, outside that equal require.
What's our path?
/queries underscore user.
Think,
Okay, I have
users.
queries / underscore.
That's all right. I got you. Don't worry, I can translate that. Okay. Awesome. Looks like a pretty good start. What do we need next? What do we want to do? What can we do just to make sure we don't forget? Module.exports. Router. Okay. And then what do we do? Let's set up some routes. Or not? Let's go for it.
Router.get.
Yeah.
And depends on what you want the router look like.
So we want to keep a RESTful API. So if we want all users, we want to just go to /users. So since we're going to be going in from the app file, I'm just going to do a slash here. And I'm going to pass in the second argument. of get all users.
And in the app, you're gonna say user, right?
So let's do that. So from here,
Why was the comment like we want a RESTful API relevant?
oh, to help you know what the route is. So part of like that RESTful API is doing these routes. Perhaps I actually should set these all up as API slash, to be really specific. But like users is all user, user slash ID is going to be an ID, user slash ID slash pets should be all the pets of that user. Slash pets was all pets, pets ID slash one is one pet. This is kind of like a very RESTful like pattern so that
So when you say RESTful, basically making it easy to keep track, making
like real consistent. Try to keep it in like in that kind of realm of consistency. Crispina?
When you're saying all those endpoints, excuse me, it's making me think of the idea of the tree, like the node tree. Is that what's going on there?
I don't know if there's any nodes going on. It's just reading the route. It's more of just giving a predictable route for a user. Okay, so I'm going to require, and I'm going to go into .routes / users.js. Cool. Let's add it. Let's go app.use, and we're going to say /user. So every time we go to this, we're going to go to our router of users. Cool. Let's test it. That should be the first thing we got to do. We got to go over here. Oh, we actually might have an error. Ooh, we have some error. Routes / users.js doesn't like that.
Slash.
Tell me more, Michelle.
Slash on the routes, not routes, dot routes.
Dot.
And cost users required.
Hang on. Michelle, give me a line number.
5 should be ./routes.
Thank you. All right. Oh, okay, good. We got that error that I wanted. This is great. Okay, just for the record, it's going to work, and I will prove it right now. Okay, so we go to users, Huzzah, we got Corey, and big game reads, right? But we get this like little warning. Let's read it. So it says creating a duplicate database object for the same connection. What do we think that means? Jackie. Yeah, we're doing this twice, right? We're doing the same thing twice. We started off our file here in our pets with, not this one, our queries. And our users queries, we had these 2 lines. And then in our pet queries, we had these 2 lines. Mateo?
Essentially, is that what our express is doing when we require that files?
What do you, I'm sorry?
Like in your router, you have const express equals require express, but then you have it in your app as well.
No, that's a little different, I think, but I mean similar.
It's like const express equals require express is getting imported in the code. It's not creating an instance of that database. It's only when you actually like invoke express that you're actually making. So you can import it forever.
Yeah, okay, so that I don't like warning signs, right? I don't like any kind of messes in my consoles or anything. Keep it really tight like we would our own house. And so let's get around this. So let's keep things dry, right? Don't repeat yourself. Repeating myself once here, I mean, we still will repeat things, but I'm going to go into queries, and I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to call it index.js. Did you say wow?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Okay. And I'm going to take this code, and I'm going to put it in the index.js. and then I'm going to export. So I'm going to go module.exports, and I'm going to pass in the DB. Oops. Okay? So now, inside of my users query, I'm not going to use this line. And I'm not going to use this line. Instead, I'm going to require my database from the other line. So I'm going to go require, and I'm going to say / index.js. I'm missing a dot. Okay? Tony?
Can I see the index.js?
Yeah, it is the other two, it's the two lines of code that were there before. Right
Just
there.
make it more organized.
This is, I'm going to not have that warning.
Can you say why you need to do that to not have the warning?
I am connecting, before I was connecting, right? This is connecting our pgpromise to a database. It's doing that in two files, creating the same database instance on these two connections, two places. I'm only going to now do it once. So I'm doing it once in index, and then I'm exporting the DB. And then inside of my users, I'm going to, I have to wrap this, don't I? I'm going to have a DB here. Very nice.
And I'm take an ugly sweater picture.
You guys have time for photo?
Okay, is it fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, if you have an ugly sweater. So I'm just recording tonight.
Oh, I see it.
All right, let's go. Clap your hands, you can hear my voice. Boom, shakalaka. Let's keep going. Okay, so what did we do? Well, we moved everything into our index.js, where all we're doing is those two lines, and we're exporting the DB. We now require that DB here inside of where it used to be. I'm also going to copy this and move over to my pets queries where I will do the exact same thing. All right, now I'm only doing it once. Let's make sure. Hey, look at that, the warning's gone. Shazam. We go over to the internet to make sure that everything is still honky-dory, and it is. Rock and roll. Okay, thanks, Neil. Yeah, it's just getting pumped up. Okay, so let's keep going with our next user query. So we got all users. What was the next thing we got asked to do? Get single user. Let's fire it off. Let's go get single user. I'm going to pick up the pace just a touch because I don't want us to run out of time. I do want us to have a chance to do some more on our own. And we got to do db dot, how many things does it return? One. Sounds good. I'll write the SQL. We're going to go select. We'll do star from users where, and then what do I do?
$1.
Sure, we can do $1.
Do we not need to do let user ID equal parse?
Oh, okay, good. Ricky says, let's do a thing here. So we pass in a number and we say let user ID equals parse int of rect.params.id. Awesome. And we're going to pass that in right here. We're going to pass in our user ID. This returns what? Promise. Thank you.
We don't need to put that into.
It's optional. It's for one argument. Good question. And this is going to return some data. And we're going to do pretty much the same thing. Res.status, pass in 200. I'm going to tab it JSON, give it an object. I'm going to go status, success, data, point data, and I'll say message, receive one user. Cool. Let's add it to our user routes here in users. Oh, I didn't export anything, did I? So I'm going to do get single user. Oh, man after my own heart. Dot catch. Right? Error. Next. Error. Great. Good job. Thank you for that. We should continue to do good practice even when we are starting to get faster. And we're going to require get single user. What's a good path that makes sense for this? Yep. So /ID get single user. Save it. We got some sort of error. Where is it coming from? Hang on, one person who knows. Throw it up. Nileen? Line 6 routers. Thank you. No, we all want to help, and I appreciate it. But I only can do it with one. Okay. So let's say we go to one user. All right, we're getting Corey. Got Corey. Awesome. So it works. I'm there. What's the next thing we asked for? Get all pets for a user. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm gonna set up that route just right now. Why not? Router.get, and I'm gonna go /ID, right? Because we want it for a specific user. /pets, and we will write get all pets for a user. How's that for a long name?
Right, get user pets.
Yeah, that definitely could have been. Okay, and I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna add that into here. Okay, this file should be done. And now we got to go to our users where I'm gonna, oops, user queries. Well, I'm gonna export it right away so I don't forget. And I'm going to make a new one. So I'm gonna say const, and it's gonna take in Nikki.
Oh, request next.
Excellent. So, right, there was a few things we could do here in this next line. We talked about, I said we needed to do a join. I might have purposely steered you in the wrong direction a little bit just to force you to do a join because there are times when you do need to do a join. Right, technically I could have just gone to the pets table and said where owner ID is equal to that. Right, I could have done that, but we're gonna do a join because I wanted us to learn join in a different situation. Nikki feels betrayed, yeah. Oh well. So let's do DB. How many results are we expecting? Yeah, we don't know, right? So maybe any. All right. Any? There is no mini, I don't think. There is a mini? I don't know then. I guess maybe mini has to have more than 0, perhaps? I don't know, there could be a restriction. Any, I think, can have 0. And so let's write it. So we're gonna go select. Interesting. What do we want to select? Do we want all of the use? Okay, we'll start with star. Let's just start with star and see what happens.
Yeah.
I do need the quotes. Okay, so if I just start with star, I go select star from users. What's next? Join. Okay. Join.
That's
Okay.
on that's
On pets dot owner
ID
owner ID. Or what about it, Max?
equals user's ID.
Users.id. Excellent. Okay,
Where user that ID.
great. So now we got to add one more line, so right where users.id. Why am I doing users here? Renat?
Because else it, I mean, I did it the other way. I did on ID and then it gave me an error.
It did give an error?
Yeah, it did give an error, which
Exactly.
said that it was ambiguous. It couldn't understand which ID I was referring to.
Perfect.
So users ID like
Thank you. So what we're not saying is, hey, we got an ID in a users table, we got an ID in a pets table, we're dealing with 2 tables. What ID are we talking about? That's super ambiguous, right? It's like, hey, do you want to hang out sometime? Maybe. Right. That is not a good answer. I want to know yes or no. Okay, so we got to get rid of the ambiguity and add user's ID, and we're going to give that when it's equal to, we'll just do $1, and we got to do the same thing that we did prior, right? So I'm just going to copy that line, fire it down here, and pass that in as an argument. This time I'll put it in an array just for fun. I'll put user ID. What I called it? Yeah. Okay. What kind of thing does this return? At the end, promise, right? Data. Okay, and we'll say res.status. 200. We'll do its JSON. Pass in an object. Say S is success, and we can say data points to data, and we can say message all user pets. Okay, and what am I forgetting? Thank you. Dot catch. Error. Next. Error. Okay. Great. Everything's running here. Let's check our route. What? I exported it before I even started. Okay, so users, for me, how many pets do I have? Let's see, pets. Oh man, look at this. I got a bunch of pets. So, what do we know? What do we notice that's kind of like annoying? That's a little annoying here. Jackie? Yeah, I got all this repeating username and email, right? We already know the user at this point, hopefully. So why? Why am I getting that? I don't want to group all. All right, I said I want to select all. All meaning everything from that join. But really, where do I want to select all from? Right. So I can say that I can specify, just like how I did with users.id. I can do pets.star. And so this should give me all of the information from the pets table. Let's try it. Let's refresh. Excellent. Mateo.
Can you read your SQL statement?
This says select pets star from users, join pets on pets owner ID to users ID, where users ID is the parameter that's passed in. Johnny.
Can I see the app.js? Or the
App.js just looks like this. Hasn't changed.
Should we have an error thing?
Yeah, you could. We don't have to worry about that so much right now. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep flying. Let's fly. Okay, we got our users query. Okay, what was the next thing we asked to do? Update. Okay, so let's call that const update. Update a user. I like that. It takes in Nikki. Nah, she's never gonna forget it. She'll be 85. Her last words. Oh, 105. I'll make her really old. I'm sorry. Last words. Honestly, it's a realistic life expectancy. All right, we're not all gonna be record breakers. Okay, like if I live to like 75, I'll be like, all right, I did it. I'm average. All right. Anyway, regardless. What do we need to do? What are we expecting back? What are we passing in? What are we thinking? Sounds good, right? We don't want anything back. And let's write our SQL. So, what's our SQL? Update users. Set. We're in users. What do we have available on a user? Username. Username. And I'm going to say, should have a $sign. Oops. Username. What else does it have? Email. It's true. Email. And then we got to say where, right? Because we want, otherwise we're going to update all the users to have the same thing. Ask JR, he can tell you about it. It's a funny error. It's like you go to update one user and then your whole database says the same name. You're like, I don't know about that. So we got to get specific. So we want to say where ID is ID. And this is going to take in some sort of object. Oops. I forgot a what now? Thank you. Keen eyes. Neween, you might want to drive Uber. Okay, and here we go. We got our username, email, we got our where, and we can set up our object as such. We can say username, and that's going to point to our request.body.username. And we're going to have our email. It's going to be request.body.email. I do need the ID. Excellent. So we're going to go to ID, and that's going to come in at parse int. Where is our ID? rec.params.id. I like it. I love it. JR?
Do you actually have to parse it?
I think so. Yeah, unless you got it to work without.
Without it.
You did? We might not have to parse it. Interesting. I'm gonna keep doing it anyway, just in case. But that's very, very interesting. I gotta look into that. Okay. What else do we need? Or what else? What happens? What does this return? Promise. That then, and it's got nothing in it because we didn't ask for anything in it. And so we're gonna say res.status 200. Oh my gosh. Anyone else feel like this is kind of repetitive? JSON. I got news. It's like the exact same thing. If you can master today, you can master the test, right? It's pretty much the same thing over and over and over again, just slightly different differentiations of the tables that we're dealing with. Success, message, updated, a user. Awesome. And last but not least, we could copy and paste our catch. Sure, that's a good level of lazy I like. For this, okay. And let's export it. Yeah, we're gonna say update user. Let's save that. We have to import that over to our users. So we're gonna say update user router dot. What do we think? Put. We want to do post. What is this? Updating. Put. We could put. We could do patch. It's all good. And we're gonna go slash ID, and we can say update user. Should we try it? I think so, right? That's kind of the pattern. So we're going to go to users./1. This is for me. And we'll go to body, and I am going to make a key called username. And it's still going to be, I'm still going to have it be Corey. And for my email, I'm going to say Corey at Pursue. The NYC. I do have it deleted. I'm not firing it quite yet, but I can adjust it anyway. And this is going to be put, we said. All right, we ready? 3, 2, 1, blast off. Success, updated a user. Let's go look at that user. All right, cool. It's working, right? Update's good. So we've got all users, a single user, a user's pets. We've updated a user. Anything left?
Delete.
Delete. We got to delete a user.
Okay.
Hi, caramba, right? Let's do it. So I'm just going to go from here. Set it all up. Delete user. I don't mind going back and forth. Router.delete. Takes an ID. And it's going to delete a user. And we'll go over to our user query. We might as well export it while we're here. And let's write it. Const delete equals Nikki. No, okay, I can do someone else. Katrina,
Request response next.
awesome. Yeah, I should add a fat arrow. Space down for a second. Started thinking about the movies. Okay, so we've got our users. Oh, we didn't do create a user. That's all right. We can trust you to do that on your own, or we can do it together if we want. Maybe we should have done that. Oh well. So let's do a delete a user. What do we want to do here? I'm gonna get a user ID. All right, I'm gonna go let user ID, and I'm gonna say parse int. Maybe we don't actually need for into JR. Then we go request.params.id. But we know for sure it works with it, so I'm gonna keep going with that for now. I'm an old person that doesn't want to do any change. And DB, what do we want? Yeah, we can take the result, sure. Let's say result, and we got to make our SQL query, so we can say delete from users where, oops, hey, what's going on here? There we go. Where ID is equal to $, and we can pass in our user ID. Right? So far, so good. Still with me? There? Doesn't. Not if it's one argument. It's okay. It's a good question. Let's keep going. We got our result. And res.status. 209. Got JSON. And we're going to do status, success, and we can do message, kill the user. Oh, I'm not going to do that because only Reed and I are in the database. So I'm going to say removed politely a user. Okay. Sorry, Reed, because I'm keeping myself in. And then, what do we need? Oh yeah, we can add result, sure. We don't like. I don't really care about the result, but we can definitely pass it. We got something. Then what do we need? Catch. I think I already deleted it from earlier, so I'm just gonna write it again because it's really not much typing. I could stand to get faster at typing. Okay. Do we see if it works? Who wants to think it doesn't work? Good, I got a hand. I like that. It's because he's right. So it shouldn't work, and we'll see why in a minute. But I'm going to delete. I'm going to delete myself. I'm going to take it. We don't need to pass any of this. I'm going to send it, and we get. Error update or delete on table violates foreign key constraint. Why is that happening? Who could tell me why? I don't want to go back. I just want someone to raise their hand to tell me why. Jenya. Because a user has pets, right? So we're killing off a user, which totally could happen in real life. And the pets, but the pets aren't going to get fed. So the pets are going to die. Right? Every time a human dies, a pet dies. Right? It's kind of sadly true. Yeah. But not, not entirely. People do adopt pets. So we have to actually change something in our SQL file, which we're going to do here, where this references our user ID. Okay, where this references our user ID, we're going to give a new command, and we're going to say delete, or on delete, cascade, which is saying, hey, when that owner ID gets killed off, it's time to die. Okay, I mean that's just, everyone's like, this is bumming me out. It's Friday, but we'll got to get down on Friday.
We want to delete the pets when the users delete it.
Oh yeah, because they belong to a user, and so if the user's gone, I mean, there's probably like there's an argument to be made that maybe you don't want the pet to die, but for now they're going to die. Yeah.
Is that gonna kill owner action?
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's going to kill the pet, but we're going to find out for sure. Okay, so I'm going to save it. So I just made a change in my SQL file. Oh no, what was this from? Oh, that's from that other. Okay, so I made a change in my SQL file. Does my database reflect that change?
Oh, you gotta document it. Maybe you delete this.
Is it okay? Is everything fine, or do I have to reseed my database? Yeah, I think I'm going to reseed my database because it's like a set of instructions for the database, and I just changed the instructions. So I'm going to cancel this for now. And what's my seed command? Isa? Okay, you got part of that. You said PSQL. I'm going to do the shorter one. Minus F, dash F, I like it. It is a minus. And then it's the name of the file. But it's actually specifically the path to that file, right? I'm not in DB right now. I'm in the root file. So I have to go into my DB / seed. Did I just call it seed or did I pluralize? Okay, ready? Let's fire it off. It's probably going to give me a complaint because I have it open in pSQL. And it did. It says, hey, there's one other session using this database. So I'm not having it. Sorry. Sorry, dude. That's okay. I can close it. Run it again.
We close pSQL or?
I closed pSQL. That was the one that was using it. Now it's all hooked up. And I am now going to run my app again with nodemon app.js. Firing, listening to port. Cool. Let me make sure everything's just like what we want. So these are all the pets. So we're going to know, oh, this is all the pets for a user. Let me go to just pets. Because then we'll really know if they'll die off without even looking at the other thing. Pets. All right, we got 3 pets, 2 of which belong to me. I'm going to kill off me and see what happens. Let's send out this delete request. What? Who was that though? You? Whose voice was that? I just didn't recognize the voice. I know it was a guy's voice, Lily. Just I know most of your voices. Anyway. Oh, it was you?
Yeah.
I thought it might have been. All right. Okay, now when we go to pets, we only have 1, so it does kill the pet. It does remove the pet from the database. But we got it. All right, that was the whole assignment. We didn't create one. We probably should have. Do we want to real quick? Then we'll have the whole set. Yeah, let's create a user. Sorry, but it's just, you know, we want to have them all. Let's keep it restful. Let's do it from here. We're going to do router dot, what is it, create? What is it? Yeah? Oh, thank you. It is create in Ruby. And I'll do / and I'm going to say create user. Import it in from somewhere that doesn't exist yet. We're almost there. This is so exciting. And we're going to go to users queries, where I'm going to just export it ahead of time, because I know I'm going to forget, like almost for sure. And I'm going to go const create user, and it takes in, Kelly, what's it take in? Awesome. Request, response, and next. And what do we need to do? What do we need to do? Anyone know? Anyone can help? Do we have to do anything?
Do
DB none? Okay. DB dot none.
open parentheses, quotation marks,
Hang on.
into users.
Insert into. Insert into users.
Parentheses, username, comma, email.
Okay. Username, comma, email.
Values.
Values.
Open parentheses, value sign, open parentheses, username,
Username.
comma, dollar sign, open parentheses, email.
Excellent. And what can I pass in as a second argument?
Request value.
Perfect. Pretty painless. Patel, what was your question?
On the DB none, how come we use none there instead of like result? Result on the should we use result here? Does it
I
matter?
think you could. I don't think it really matters.
I think that makes more sense.
Alex?
Instead of like dollar sign. Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, rect.body is an object with the keys and values for the username and email. This is going to be giving us back nothing. So let's create our own response. I'm going to say res.status 200.json. And I'm going to say status success message. Congrats. New user. And just for fun, I wonder if we can interpolate. Forget it. I don't want to do it. Maybe. Yeah, whatever. Okay. And what do we need at the end here? Besides here, what goes here? That catch. Error. Next. Error. Okay. We save it. We should be Gucci. Let's try it out. All right. So we're going to go to post. And go just to users. And let's give it some information in the body. We'll say username, Corey. Let's bring, because Corey is currently dead, I think, right?
Yeah.
Let me make sure that Corey's completely dead. I'm gonna gain some followers pretty soon. And I'm going to send. Ooh. I'm back. I don't have my cats, but that's all right. They're like $50 each. All right, that's everything. Questions on any of that? Good, we feel better. This is our whole Unit 3 coming together into this back app. Yeah, thank you. But we're almost done, but we're not done for the day, right? We still go till 6. Good? All right, so there's a practice test. Definitely do it this weekend and stuff. Like this weekend is, I know it feels like a break, but like test is on Thursday and Friday, right? This weekend is 2 whole days for you to get a jump on the material. Hopefully you don't squander that. All right? Good luck. Thank you. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to stop my hangout. Oh, here it is.